Praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, double honor to the elders and apostles of GMS who well, shalom to the whole elect. Uh, I apologize for sharing this video. I know this might make some people sick, but that right there is a man.
Transgender, should I tell him?
And so recently I posted a video saying, oh my god, this guy didn't know I was trans. And I got thousands of hate comments and death comments. Wow. And most of the comments that was commenting underneath my post was obviously transphobic or homophobic. And honestly, all you guys can go fuck yourself. Fuck my dick, bitch.
He didn't know I was transgender. Should I tell him?
And this one here.
He turns 14. I'm thinking about getting him a vasectomy.
I 100% thought this was a joke. But then she went through video upon video upon video finding justifications for this same situation. Even when somebody says a common misconception about vasectomies is that it's not reversible that easy. It's not that easily reversible. You know what I'm saying? And your kids may never have it reverted. She actually responded by saying, I have the video. Hold on.
If, let's say, the vasectomy isn't reversible, they can still go into the testicles and grab the healthy, viable sperm so he can still have a baby.
And then somebody went as far as to ask her, does she hate men?
Yes, essentially I do hate men. I think they serve no purpose. Literally not one.
Let me just get the scripture right here. What's going on? This is Job 39:17. Because Yahweh hath deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. What time she lifted up herself on high, she scorneth the horse and his rider. Hast thou given the horse strength? Hast thou clothed his neck with thunder? Canst thou make him afraid as a grasshopper? The glory of his nostrils is terrible. So she's looking at a man as if she's the one that made him. That she made men. She's saying men are useless. These times, you know, how were you born? You know, you come from a man's loins. These women haven't built anything in the society, but for some reason in their head they believe that men are useless. And she's saying she was get a vasectomy for a child, but more than likely who's gonna perform that surgery? It's gonna be a man. So she's saying men are useless, but she's recording this message on a phone made by a man in the factory, built by a man, talking about getting a surgery by a man. So, and this, I don't even want to say now, man. I've had enough of my videos getting blocked, but you can blatantly tell this is the last days. This place is just absolutely through. This is Proverbs 11:12. He that is void of wisdom despiseth his neighbour, but a man of understanding holdeth his peace. A talebearer revealeth secrets, but he that is of a faithful spirit concealeth the matter. Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in a multitude of counselors there is safety. He that is surety for a stranger shall be smart for it, and he that hateth suretyship is sure. Let's see what surety means. A person that takes responsibility for another's performance of an undertaking, for example, they're appearing in court or paying a debt. So this woman don't take no surety, man, because she did, she'd understand that, you know, she's supposed to basically raise her child to be a good man, even though, you know, if you were a good parent, you'd still be with a man, and it's pretty obvious why the man left her, because she's a fat demon. But, you know, people don't want to take responsibility for anything. So by her, she's really trying to avoid responsibility by just, you know, chopping off her, neutering her son, essentially. And they do that to dogs, which I think is kind of cruel. Like, you take a dog and then you neuter it, you cut off his piece. You know what I mean? It's not really your place to do that. These people are out here playing God. You know, and Esau likes to talk about, you know, I was watching a video by one of the brothers, and he was talking about how Esau likes to talk about genital mutilation, but he's the king of it. He's perfected genital mutilation to the point where he can turn a vagina into a penis or a penis into a vagina. This this place is just completely through, man. I really want to talk about other things, but every single time I talk about certain things, I don't know whether or not it's what I say, but it seems to be getting flagged and all that stuff. And I'm literally one strike away from this channel being taken down. So I just want to more get into the scripture and just document the downfall of the society, because all of this stuff just shows you how through this place is, man. Isaiah 32:5, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Most High, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and it will cause the drink of the thirsty to fall. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. But the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. So she's a liberal. She will what you consider a liberal, because she believes that you can do whatever you want, which doesn't make any sense, because really she's a hypocrite, because you're saying a man should be neutered, but it doesn't talk about her tying her tubes. And somebody was talking about how one procedure is more complicated than the other, more invasive than the other, because tying your tubes is invasive, whereas a vasectomy is what they would consider a non-invasive surgery. But if you're really following the Lord, you're not going to be doing stuff like that. At the end of the day, if you're not meant to have kids, the Lord will see to it that you don't have kids, because he openeth and he closeth the matrix, which is a woman's womb. Let's see what this word "cho" means. Talking absolute crap, and she's a hypocrite, man, because she's putting all the responsibility on a man, when really and truly, I don't agree with it, but she could have had an abortion. Cho, a rude and mean-spirited person, and she's mean-spirited, man. Just watch
inside of the comment section, people were like, "Who hurt you? What will bring you to this ultimatum?" The baby's father. She was really sad and mad that men would have kids at such a young age and then abandon the mother. And I was like, that's a reasonable thing, but like, why would you do that to your son? Why would you get him to have a vasectomy if another man did something like that to you? Do you think your son would do that as well?
See, and that's what you talk about, unrighteous judgment. That's not righteous judgment. That's and the Lord loves the Lord loves a balance, and that's not balance, because you're blaming somebody else for what somebody else did to you. She's blaming her son for what her baby dad did to her, which is pretty messed up, man.
Why wouldn't you raise him to be a better person? So after video on video on video on video, like there was a lot of videos. Hold up, and these are just the videos I saved of her justifying her points. Like there's a lot. And she goes deep in on men, her son, her parenting of other women, the parenting of daughters by other women. She was saying that other people just don't parent their kids very well. And
it goes into removing the mote from your eye before, telling somebody else to remove a mote from your eye, which is basically being a hypocrite, because you want to talk about other people raising their children properly, but if you raise your child properly, you wouldn't need to neuter him. He'd have self-control. But I digress.
Was very, very critical. So then other people just started going in and was like, yeah, you're probably nuts.
Probably, but I'm brave enough to think outside the box to find the solution to a problem where all you did was see that everybody was criticizing me and you joined in on the fun. You didn't give any suggestions to a solution that's better than...
And dudes would be like, raise your child correctly, allow him to grow up to make his own decision. These are all valid decisions, but she's gonna read it, and to her it's not a valid point. That's the thing about stupid people. They're not intelligent enough to actually realize that they're stupid. And when you're a hypocrite, like, who would normally be a hypocrite? Because a hypocrite actually contradicts himself, which doesn't make any sense. Like, if not to say I never contradict myself, but I like to believe, I'm aware when I make contradictions, and I try to fix my error. These people, they're just completely blind. Like, look at them eyes, man. this bitch is crazy.
Than the one that I
them are crazy eyes, man.
That shows that you're not that smart. So if I'm crazy for trying something new,
And this ain't like what's new about a vasectomy? She's acting like she invented the procedure.
then by all means, many people who've been crazy. But at least I'm not stupid like the rest of the stupid people who are commenting.
There's actually a lot of people commenting about proper parenting, knowing boundaries, consent, knowing about talking to it. And she was like, well, just because somebody consents to having intercourse, they don't consent to the baby. And they're like, yes, that's completely correct. You don't have to have the baby at all. But then I thought about her point and what she was trying to say. What she was trying to say is there needs to be some type of birth control for men because there seems to be no check to it, even though the check would be, hey, man, wear a condom, which is actually the check to it. Wait a minute, because the vasectomy doesn't stop any STDs or STIs. Hey, she out of her mind, bro.
Oh man, Jake's funny. Jeremiah chapter 5. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now and know and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it. And though they say the Lord liveth, surely they swear falsely. She probably believes in the Lord, man. I believe in a higher power, but you don't believe his words. O Lord, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them, because she's consumed in her mind, but they have refused to receive correction. They, again, people have commented, but she didn't want to be corrected. They have made their faces harder than a rock. They have refused to return. Therefore I said, surely these are poor, they are foolish, for they know not the way of the Lord, nor the judgment of their power. I will get me unto the great men, and I will speak unto them, for they have known the way of the Lord, and the judgment of their power. But these have altogether broken a yoke, and burst the bonds. Wherefore a lion out of the forest shall slay them, and a wolf of the evening shall spoil them. A leopard shall watch over their cities. Every one that goeth out thence shall be torn in pieces, because their transgressions are many, and their backslidings are increased. How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me, and sworn by them that are no gods. Because she believes in doctors to perform this, rather than, trusting on the power. When I had fed them to the full, they then committed adultery, and assembled themselves by troops in the harlot houses. Man, Jake is all the way through. Jeremiah 6:19. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts. So she's got evil in her thoughts, man. Even like because like a thought is like a fruit, and she just bears evil fruit, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. She don't believe in the Lord, man. You believe in the Lord, but you want to give your child a vasectomy. Yeah. Man, I want to say all kinds of words, man. This place is absolutely just done, man. I can't wait for the Lord to come back and destroy this place. I'm not gonna bat one eyelid against it, man. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, the bonus to the elders and apostles of James who were well. Shalom to the elect.